with my virtuals, don't I? Someone would have told me eventually, right? Okay. Lesson 8.4. First of all, it is the last lesson we're doing in the chapter. There's some other stuff, but it's beyond what we need to do. So I tentatively, virtual, I don't know if you've heard this or not, I tentatively have a test scheduled for next Thursday. My plan is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all review. Okay, so my plan is to hand out the review worksheet on Monday.
You mean test or
Now,
quiz?
I mean test. That's all we're doing in chapter 8.
I thought you said quiz.
Now, lesson 8.1 was perhaps looking at being able to, given an equation of a conic section, being able to use something called the discriminant test. And so without doing a lot of difficult work, being able to identify, is this going to be a parabola, an ellipse, or a hyperbola? Okay? Tomorrow, the unfortunate part we're going to have to do in a video, tomorrow I will be working you through how do we graph these on the graphing calculator. Which graphing on the graphing calculator means we're going to have to solve the equations for y. Some of these will be easy. Some of them, think about some of these equations. Solving them for y, what the back side of the notes is, and that's what I'll plan to work on tomorrow. Okay? Now, with the idea that I'll be back in the classroom Monday to help tie up any confusion, craziness. So, there are 3 main types of conic sections, all of which we've talked about at some point in this semester. Parabolas, ellipses, hyperbolas. Today we're going to learn something called the discriminant test. The discriminant test allows us to determine what type of conic a given equation is the graph of. So again, we don't have to graph it, we don't have to look at the form it's in, we can use this information. Discriminant test. Given the equation ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus f equals 0. Then the equation is that of a hyperbola if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. What does greater than 0 mean? What type of number is greater than 0? Positive. I kind of left that an open-ended question. I didn't tell you exactly what I wanted there. I get it. Not arguing. If b squared minus 4ac equals 0, then it is a parabola. And if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, it is an ellipse. What's less than 0 mean? A negative number. Okay. Now, I already heard some groans in class. Probably the difficult part of this, and it just looks difficult, but I'll help you out, is just realizing you have to be able to pair up this form of the equation. So recognize A is always the coefficient of the x squared term. B is always the coefficient of the xy term. And this is always if that term exists within a problem. Okay? C is the coefficient of y squared. D is the coefficient of x. E is the coefficient of y. And F represents any constants. So the hardest part of this is identifying your ABCs. Once you identify your ABCs, you guys know how to use b squared minus 4ac. You've been through quadratic formula. Okay? Yes?
You were saying that only if it's there, like what if we didn't have a b, x, y?
If you don't have an xy term, then b is... Let me teach the problem. Okay, look at example A. Determine what conic section the following equations would graph by finding the discriminant. So, I'm trying to get this so it's both on the screen. As you look at this, now, I'll be honest, they were nice. They put them in order. But let's identify. 9x squared. What is 9? A, because it's in front of x squared. 16y squared. What is 16? C, because it's in front of y squared. Negative 18x. D is negative 8f. Now, if you say your ABCs, you will notice I missed B. So, if I have labeled all my terms and I don't have B, what does that mean? There's no B, so B equals 0. So any missing terms would just be 0. So, I want to know what kind of conic section this is. What am I going to use?
The equation b squared minus 4ac.
Yep. B squared minus 4ac. Does that ring a bell for you guys?
Quadratic.
Yeah, that's the discriminant under the square root, the radical in the quadratic formula. Yep. Okay. Do the math. B squared, 0 squared, minus 4 times 9 times 16. Officially, you could, you can tell by looking, right? It's 0 minus whatever 4 times 9 times 16 is, which, it'd be negative times negative, which will make it positive. Is that what you're asking? Yeah. Again, we'll see examples here. So, or I think we will. But yeah, it's just multiplying however many negatives. So this is 0 minus something. I have written down 576. 0 minus 576 is negative 576. And what do you know about that? It is smaller than 0. It is less than 0. What does my discriminant test tell me if the discriminant is less than 0? This is an ellipse. This is not horrible, is it? That's it for part A. Sorry, Carly, I'm not giving you any more. That's it. Enjoy it, right? Exactly. Exactly. It's too easy in comparison to what we've been doing, right? There's no catch. That's it. Just don't make silly math mistakes. That's the catch. Easy to do. Okay. So let's look at B. 2xy minus 9 equals 0. So do notice my equation equals 0, yes? 2xy tell me. That tells me B. Minus 9 tells me F. Everybody else is missing and 0. So, B squared minus 4ac. What are we doing? B is 2, so 2 squared minus 4 times 0 times 0. So I'm going to get 2 squared is 4. What do we know about 4? Greater than 0. Since it's greater than 0, this is a hyperbola. I guess I'm going to say don't overthink this. Well, I understand. We just came off 3 really rough sections. Okay, I'm not going to deny that. 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3 are not pretty. They are rough. Okay? Hopefully they're starting to get better, but there's some tough stuff. So to go to this then, it's kind of like, oh, really? That's all you want me to do? Yeah, that's it. Okay, C. What do you know? Okay. Because x squared, there's an invisible 1 in front of it. So A is 1. B is in front of xy, so B is 4. What's negative 30 is in front of x, so it's D. Negative 90 is in front of y, so it's E. And 450 is F. D, E, and F are used in other things, not necessarily in anything we do. They're just, right here, when they label the A through F, really, we could just label A, B, C and be done. I'm just, they're showing you the whole form of, because they can't really just say, okay, here's A, B, C, and the rest don't work, they're showing you what all the constants are represented as. But we only use ABC for what we do. Okay, did you guys figure this out?
Yes.
4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. 16 minus 16, which is 0. What do you know about the parabola? Or as half my class just said, it's a parabola.
Are we gonna do the second?
We'll see. Probably not. Okay, now, here's something else to, well, you can't really go by that, can you? Never mind, you can't go by that. Okay. I was going to try and give another shortcut, but I busted my own theory as soon as I looked at one of the examples, so there's something I'm forgetting about the shortcut, so not a valid shortcut, never mind. I will also share, so this morning, I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff ready for next week and whatnot. Do I have them? They're not really at the top. I copied what you will get to use on the pre-calc test. Okay? And it is this blue paper. I'm trying to pull it out of my stuff here. And it is this blue paper here that, okay, so on the front side here, all of this is parabolas. Okay? Now, and actually I did 2 charts with parabolas. So the one that was in your notes and I did another one. The bottom section. I know you guys can't see this where you're at, but the bottom section says identifying conics. And it gives you the discriminant test. So, what I'm trying to tell you is that this chart at the top of your page is provided next week. Okay? So just an FYI there. And then, yes, it's actually a stapled set of formulas. This never happens, but then we have a page that is all of the ellipse information. Notice it's the ellipse vocabulary, drawings, chart 1, chart 2, and eccentricity information. Sorry, I forgot where you guys were. And then you flip to another page and it's hyperbolas. All the descriptive information with picture, chart 1, chart 2. I assume that's eccentricity information down there. Okay? So everyone will be given one of these. Okay? If you're home and virtual, I can send one home to you. And I will at some point get this uploaded to Skyward so it is available, printable, not Skyward, Schoology. That's on my list of things to do. Okay? Yes? It's pretty much the charts copied straight out of your notes. Okay, so that's information you have to know. Okay? Okay, that pretty much takes us to time. My plan tonight is to record the backside of the notes, which is 3 graphs. Tomorrow, those of you in class will walk into class with iPad and earbuds, and you will listen to the video and work on homework if you have leftover time. Those of you virtual, you do not need to log in virtually tomorrow. I will not be logging in virtually. You will need to do the same thing that my in-class students are doing, which is log in, watch the video on Schoology, get your notes, do your homework. Homework I am expecting due Monday. Okay? Monday we'll talk about that homework. I'll hand out the review worksheet. We can talk about any other leftover questions from other homework, whatever you need from me on Monday. Okay. Questions I haven't answered.
Do you only have AP Calc 4 hours?
Yes, only 4th hour.
6 people for that?
I have 5 people this semester. Down to 5.
How many did you have last year?
Last year I think I had 5.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the highest I think I've ever had, maybe I had 11 one year.
Really?
Well, think about it. In pre-cal, I only have 27 kids in pre-cal this year. No, 31. I forgot if I add in all my numbers, I have 31 kids in pre-cal next year. Some of you are seniors. You won't be here next year to take calc. Some of you are saying no way to calc. You won't take calc next year. And so, I mean, you know, and calc, it's an AP class. You have to want to do it.
I'll be here.
I do not.
Okay. Have a good day, guys. I will see you guys Monday. Email me if you have questions. I'm always available via email.
Well, I said it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yes, I'm listening.
I'm not gonna say it'll be your We'll have a great time. It's going to be unlike next year. I'm taking a break.